Welcome to part 1 of our video series on the AIMS query tool. In this video, I'll introduce you to queries, show you how to access them in AIMS, and how to view and export their results. A query is a request for data from your agency's AIMS database. It generates a list of data records that match certain filter criteria. These data records can provide valuable insight into your clients and the effectiveness of your agency or program. They can also help you answer metrics questions that come from the judges you work with, from legislation, or from organizations that provide grant funding. To help answer these questions, you can use the built-in system queries or use the query tool to create your own custom queries and share them with your team. To access queries in AIMS, go to the main menu and select Reporting. On the left, select an involvement type if your AIMS implementation has more than one. I'll select Pretrial, then click Queries. The Queries page has 2 tabs. The My Queries tab stores any queries that you've created. This tab will be blank until you start making some queries. The Shared Queries tab stores any queries that you or other users in your agency have created and shared with the team. Here you can see some queries my team shared. This tab also stores the system queries, which I'll show you in a moment. Notice that queries can be organized into folders and subfolders similar to computer files. To see examples of how queries work, I recommend you look at the system queries in your AIMS implementation, since they're already pre-built for you and contain frequently sought-after data. I'll click this blue link to open the All Bookings with a Release Date query. Here we can see the resulting data for this query. The data is organized like a spreadsheet with columns at the top. Each row represents a data record. In this case, each data record is a booking from an arrest. The columns display information about the client that was booked, the booking itself, and the release. You can click the Manage Columns icon at the top right to show or hide certain columns and change the order they're displayed. Now, how did AIMS know to display only these particular data records? That's where the Query tool comes in. Click on the panel on the left to expand the query editor and see the components making up this query, including the data sources and parameters. The data sources provide the actual data records. In this example, the query is using 3 data sources to retrieve data records pertaining to bookings, the involvements related to those bookings, and the defendants or clients that were booked. The parameters specify how to filter all those data records to show just the ones we're interested in. Since this query is called All Bookings with a Release Date, we can expect the query to generate a list of bookings where the defendant has been released and a release date has been entered in the system. This parameter specifies that when the query retrieves booking records, it should look for the ones where the release date column is not empty or blank. This means the query will only show us the bookings that do have a release date entered, regardless of what that date is. We'll dive deeper into how data sources and parameters work in the next video. To export a copy of this data, click on the download icon at the top right. AIMS downloads a CSV file to your computer, which you can then open in another program like Microsoft Excel. Now you know how to view the data for existing queries. Join me for part 2, where I'll show you how to create a custom query by copying an existing query and modifying it for your needs. Thanks for watching.